I was being interviewed to be a wedding photographer for a couple, and the bride worked at Children's, and I asked her what she did, and she said she worked for the palliative care unit that was very small at the time. And so I had to ask her what the word meant, and I'll never forget, she's very tiny, she went like this: it literally means to cloak with love.
Palliative care is an extra layer of support that the hospital provides for children and family who are facing severe illness, sometimes even potentially life-limiting illness.
We take photos free of charge for families who have children between birth and 18 that have life-threatening illnesses. And what we do is, when we're invited in, we do our best to make a series of photos from the time we were with this family that are just the same as if the child were in a healthier situation.
Our role is to focus on communication with families on the medical team, with a focus on quality of life for the family's child. And what we do when we meet with a family is we really want to hear their story. We want to hear who they are, who their child is, and really what's important to them.
Charlotte was born in 2002, and when she was 3 months old, she was diagnosed with bilateral cataracts, which was kind of our first indication that something wasn't right. There came a time where it became clear to my husband and I that she went from being really alive and alert and being able to respond and doing mostly well to sort of going backwards.
The PAC team is the group that can say to a family, you know what, let's step out of the storm here just for a minute, and let's talk about what are your goals for Ashley or Jacob.
The kind of support that they provide through every single layer is incredibly important. I don't think that our family would have made it through it, and I don't think we would have done it as well as we did. We took just impeccable, beautiful, soft, loving care of Charlotte until her last moment. And we could not have done it without them.
Nobody could do this work alone. We have a really great team, and we rely on each other every day.
Many of the children we work with don't have a whole lot more time on this earth, and we're doing our best to make a legacy of the beauty of that child in that moment.
The work of Lynette, it's incredible. I was just having a conversation with a family who was worried because this mother's child has many different lines and tubes and machines in her child's room right now, and she was worried about that being captured. And what I told her was to not worry about that, and this is where her child is at this moment. But what Lynette does and her team of photographers is they capture the love.
What we do is more than just photos. They get a handmade album, every single person, and these are just not any old album. These are gorgeous. Each person that's at the shoot that loves the child gets their own individual little bride book that's also handmade. So we might make 1,500 or more of those for a year. And then a few weeks later, if it's appropriate, there'll be a framed 5x7 and a bracelet that has the child's photo in it. After they get this package that is really beautifully presented, I mean, we have gone to every effort that then they open that, it's not just the photos. The letters we get back are so touching and amazing that if you ever have a day where you're thinking, wow, can I do this? All you have to do is go and look up one letter.
I just love Lynette. I love her all the way through. She's just a solid human being, and she just gives everything she's got.
No one who sees these photographs doesn't recognize that they are tremendously valuable works of art.
We're there to capture who that person is at that moment and the incredible love that surrounds them.
It captures those moments of joy. It could be a family being photographed with their child as their child nears end of their life, and to see that love and the rawness of emotions of who they are, it's powerful.
Charlotte was an amazing being, human being, and those pictures make it very clear, you know, her presence and her time here was not wasted. We got 8.5 years with Charlotte because of the incredible care that we got here. They didn't just take care of Charlotte, they took care of us.